In today's video, we've got some huge updates. Police car light Ruben Amorim's debut at Man United. CR7's twin going viral face screaming in fear. And £133 million in new signings to transform the squad. Soccer ball fire, don't miss out. Let's dive in. Ruben Amorim must give a debut in Manchester United versus Leicester City in FA Cup. Man United signed Patrick Dorgu in the January transfer window, and he should make his debut against Leicester on Friday. When Manchester United approach a club like Lecce, you expect the deal to get done. Lecce have spent most of their history bouncing between Italy's second division and the top flight, and their best Serie A finish is the 9th place they obtained in the 1988-89 season. United were confident an agreement to sign Patrick Dorgu would be reached, and the defender officially completed a move to Manchester on the penultimate day of the transfer window. Dorgu signed a contract until the summer of 2030, which includes the option of another year, and United paid €30 million, £25 million, for the youngster, with a potential €5 million, £4 million, in add-ons, meaning Lecce banked a transfer fee that was almost double their club's previous highest sale. Lecce aren't small enough to suggest the Dorgu cash will keep their lights on, but they will be happy with the fee they received, and it also has the potential to be good value for United. That will depend on how Dorgu performs, of course. United last signed a left-back in the summer of 2022. Tyrell Malaysia joined from Feyenoord, and he looked like exactly what he was. A backup option who was signed from the Eredivisie. Malaysia has returned to his homeland to sign for PSV on loan for the remainder of the season, and Dorgu will be hoping to have a greater impact than Malaysia during his time at Old Trafford. I am incredibly proud to be able to call myself a Manchester United player. This is a very special day for my whole family, said Dorgu when his move was announced last weekend. I cannot wait to work with Ruben Amorim. His vision for this team and the future of the club is incredibly exciting. There is a clear plan set out for my development, and I feel that Manchester United is the perfect place to fulfill my potential and complete my huge ambitions. Outlining what he will add to the team, Dorgu told United's club website, I think I'm going to bring a lot of intensity and physique on the pitch, and a lot of energy and running. Dorgu added, it's a huge club. It's the biggest club in England. I'm really looking forward to working with the new manager, Ruben. I feel this will suit me very well, so I'm excited to be here. I've heard only good stuff about him. We're still in a lot of cup competitions, so, of course, to win the cup games. And, of course, to win as many Premier League games as possible. My ambition is just to play a lot of games and just to keep pushing and improve my potential. Dorgu will be available to face Leicester City in the FA Cup 4th round on Friday, and Amorim should waste no time to hand him his debut. Football fans only just realizing Cristiano Ronaldo's brother is near identical if CR7 had never played football. Fans have been left in splits after realizing Cristiano Ronaldo and his brother look very similar, if he hadn't been a footballer. For those unaware, the Portuguese football icon has 3 older siblings, 2 sisters, and 1 brother. In a recent post made on social media platform Threads, Ronaldo was seen with his older brother Hugo dos Santos Aveiro. Fans were quick to draw parallels between him and his brother Hugo, who is 10 years older than him, many only realizing how similar they look now if one took away Ronaldo's commitment to fitness. The fan who posted the photo remarked that Hugo looked like Ronaldo if the ex-Real Madrid star was not the supreme athlete and footballer he was. After looking at the resemblance between the two, a fan suggested that Hugo looks like a carbon copy of Ronaldo. Another fan said, yeah, more or less. While some fans agreed with the similarities, some took a slight dig at the two by comparing Hugo to the infamous wax statue of Ronaldo. A fan suggested, he looks like the statue of Ronaldo, the bronze one, the horrendous one. Another fan said, he looks like a wax statue of a fat CR7. For context, the statue the fans were referring to was unveiled at the Madeira International Airport in Portugal in 2017, after the airport was named after Ronaldo. The statue came under severe criticism from fans who said it looked nothing like the superstar footballer, and statue was eventually replaced with another sculpture of Ronaldo. How Ronaldo's Champions League win ended his brother's alcohol and drug issues while Ronaldo has followed a life of discipline. The same hasn't been the case with his older brother Hugo. Ronaldo's brother has had his issues with alcohol and drugs from as far back as the 1990s. Interestingly, their father was also a recovering alcoholic who lost his life in 2005. After losing his father primarily because of addiction, Ronaldo wasn't going to let history repeat itself when it came to his brother. The former Real Madrid superstar made a pact with his older brother in 2014 ahead of the Champions League final. According to the pact made by the two brothers, if Ronaldo won the 2014 Champions League, Hugo would quit alcohol and drugs and go to rehab. In the final, Real Madrid recorded a 4-1 win over rivals Atletico Madrid at the Estadio da Luz in Portugal. An emotional hug was caught on camera between Hugo and Ronaldo after the final, which was also the club's 10th Champions League title. Ronaldo was reportedly indicating to Hugo how he fulfilled his part of the bargain and won a Champions League for Real Madrid, and it was Hugo's turn to live up to his promise. Hugo stayed true to his word and went into rehab, which was paid for by the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner. Thanks to Ronaldo's support, Hugo is now sober and managing Ronaldo's CR7 museum in Madeira, Portugal. Sir Jim Ratcliffe kept first part of his promise now. He must complete the deal at Man United. Manchester United were quiet on transfer deadline day, but the Reds were warned that things were going to change at Old Trafford. When Sir Jim Ratcliffe completed his minority investment in Manchester United, there was an understanding that the club were not going to spend money as brashly as they had in years gone by. While the promise of Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani's proposal was for unlimited spend, there was an understanding that INEOS did not have the funds to spend wildly. The course of cost-cutting measures from Ratcliffe in the months that have followed hammered that point home beyond doubt. Despite making a reasonable start to the gutting of the United squad, the Reds continued to be cautious with their approach to transfers. In the January transfer window, United focused on looking for bargains rather than established stars. Even while Bayern Munich's Alphonso Davies was available on a pre-contract agreement, Ratcliffe and his recruitment team turned their backs on that deal and instead focused on the signing of teenager Diego Leon and Patrick Dorgu to strengthen their left side. The duo were quintessential of the INEOS philosophy and resurrected memories of Ratcliffe's comments about Kylian Mbappe at the start of his first summer transfer window in Manchester. "I don't think the solution is to buy an Mbappe," he told the Times CEO Summit. "We are more grassroots than that. One player is not going to solve the problem at Manchester United. The first thing we need to do is build a balanced squad and ultimately maybe top it off with 1 or 2 players like Mbappe. It will take 2 or 3 summer windows to get to a better place." Ratcliffe promised a focus on youth with these comments, and he has delivered that so far. However, there was also an expectation of 1 or 2 superstar names, and that pushes the pressure onto the summer transfer window to make that happen. One place where youth will not help United is at centre forward, and Ratcliffe must now fulfill the other end of his promise and add some much-needed star power to the club. Man United sign £133 million forwards and dream defensive duo in new-look Ruben Amorim 11, if summer rumours are true. A look at how Man United could line up by the start of the 2025/26 season. Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim has begun making contingency plans for the summer transfer window as he continues to implement wholesale changes to the playing squad at Old Trafford. The January transfer window was fairly subdued on an incoming basis, with only defenders Patrick Dorgu, £30 million, and Aiden Heaven, undisclosed compensation fee, arriving from Leeds and Arsenal respectively. But the new Red Devils boss has already shown that he isn't afraid to make brave decisions with existing players after the loan departure of £86 million signing Antony to Real Betis, and most notably the exit of academy graduate and longtime fan favourite Marcus Rashford to Aston Villa on a loan which includes a £40 million option to buy. The Old Trafford club have largely had to tread tightly to comply with PSR requirements this month, but are bracing themselves for a busy summer window with plenty of incomings and lots more outgoings. With that in mind, based on recent rumors, we take a look at how Amorim's team could look by the opening day of the 2025-26 season. Amorim is renowned for playing a preferred 3-4-2-1 formation and is likely to continue with a similar pattern next season as he uses the team's transfer kitty to shape the lineup in his image. Goalkeeper Andre Onana is likely to be given a 3rd season to prove himself in between the posts as things stand, while January signing Patrick Dorgu at 20 years of age arrives as a natural left wing-back with the attacking capabilities to succeed the injury-hit Luke Shaw in the lineup. Lisandro Martinez's recent ACL injury leaves Matthijs de Ligt as the team's main center-back from the current crop of players, while Jonathan Tah, who has confirmed plans to leave Bayer Leverkusen on a free transfer, could be a shrewd signing alongside one of Amorim's favorites at Sporting Goncalo Inacio, who is valued at a reported £33 million. Portuguese international Diogo Dalot, who has played every game under Amorim, competes with Nusser Mazraoui for a place on the right-hand side of the defense. A new-look frontline. Amorim was a huge admirer of Manuel Ugarte during his time at Sporting and will continue to try and get the best out of the Portuguese footballer in the defensive midfield area alongside the more adventurous club captain Bruno Fernandes. Amad Diallo has already emerged as an important part of Amorim's long-term plans in attack and is expected to start in a wide role for the foreseeable future on the right. However, the future is much less clear for Alejandro Garnacho, who has been linked with a reported £60 million move away from Old Trafford, with Chelsea and Napoli showing interest. Garnacho's exit could facilitate funds for Brazil international Matheus Cunha.